Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth Seams and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I am Liz Quinn, your star Scentsy consultant. So today what I have for you is my weekly What I've Been Warming. And I'm going to start out with my thoughts on the 4 that are new in our Scentspirations Black Raspberry Vanilla collection. The 5th one is the original bar, which is Black Raspberry Vanilla, which most people are quite familiar with. It's just a nice warm dark berry type scent, and it's very good. So these will be releasing, I believe, on the 13th of May. And the first one I can tell you about is Black Raspberry Sangria. This is a lot like the wonderful raspberry hibiscus tea that we're all familiar with. It's got that wonderful fruity berry sort of, the sangria gives a little bit of a dark wine depth and mostly some fruity juicy orange. So this is very pleasant. If you already have your raspberry hibiscus tea in stock in your home, I don't know that you need this one too, but if you love it and you want something very similar and complementary, that's a good bar. Now the Black Raspberry Woods, here is the one that got a lot of interest, some drama last week as people are trying to figure out, is this thing any good or not? Now I do have a friend where I'm wondering if her bar may have had more of a fragrance oil that makes this kind of funky than I did, because I loved this and I do not consider it to be full of funk. There's a little bit of a woodsiness that has an edge, but it's not any worse than, say, Fall Feelin' or even Forever Fall or Everything Nice, as far as having, or maybe even Golden Garland, its own type of woodsy funkiness that I really love. So if you're extremely sensitive to any sort of woodsy, slightly dark, maybe for that type off-putting scent, maybe don't get this one. But if you like deep and rich, if you like something like maybe the Body Care Dark Kiss from a long time ago at Bath & Body Works, if you like any of those berry and woods type scents, you should love this. And I thought it was an excellent performer. It was very friendly in my type of taste anyway, and just a really, really nice bar. I might pick up a couple more of these. It was very good. Now, as far as for me to maybe throw something in my club, although I don't think any of these are going to make it into my club, the one that might, though, is Black Raspberry Linen. I really liked this. The Woods bar was very me. It was very nice. But this one, this gave me what I need when it comes to a linen cotton scent, because this really tempered the Black Raspberry, and I guess the vanilla layer also really tempered the linen that for me gets too sharp and clean most of the time, and I liked this. It performed very well. Medium to medium strong in my house. It went for a whole day very nicely. Could probably have gone 2. And that is one where I will probably repurchase a couple more bars for sure. And then last but not least, the Black Raspberry Frosting. This one was actually a little bit sweet for me. It didn't have an awful lot of depth or character. I was hoping for something more like Blackberry Meringue, which we will be getting back for Bring Back My Bar, so that's fine. But this one was just kind of underwhelming, sickeningly sweet, didn't have a lot of character. I wish that it had more vanilla rather than almost just sort of a marshmallow, fakey buttercream, kind of smells like a strawberry shortcake doll in a not so good way from back in the day kind of a scent. So that one was not that great. So what will I repurchase? Probably the Woods and definitely the Linen. So that is what I think of the Black Raspberry Vanilla Scentspirations, depending on your taste. If you loved the Vanilla Bean Buttercream Scentspirations, which I did not, you might really like the one that has the frosting note. I just usually find that buttercream thing kind of boring for me, unfortunately. So let's move on. I dug out my brick of Beach Daisy and had a wonderful time with this in my bedroom this weekend. This was so pretty. This has strengthened somewhat over the course of a year. You get a lot of melon, you get that daisy, you get that little bit of fresh beachy air. It's super, super happy. I like to mix this with the scent Beach, which I have not done yet because I like hot sunny weather to do that, but by itself, this performed really well in the new little retro pink truck and in a couple other warmers that I had, and I was really quite pleased with that. Some things, such as that scent, which can be a little bit weak, do benefit from a year's curing time, which that has had. Most of my Scentsy, I don't feel like it needs to sit around like some other companies, but that one definitely got better. Another one that got better over time was Love and Kisses Mini, which I put in a whole bunch of warmers on Sunday. Such a beautiful, sweet, light, happy scent, you guys. I am just so enjoying this. It is very gentle. It's very sweet. This was in a Bring Back My Bar last year. I did not keep it in my club, but I stocked up on it, and it was just really pleasant with some berries, some vanilla, and that juiciness. It was so good. Now, going in a completely different direction, I used a couple cubes of Lake My Day in our bedroom. My husband loves this. It was a very good scent to just kind of put him in a happy mood. It smells a lot like Acqua di Gio cologne. There's more oak moss and sort of wateriness that's closer to a lake in a good way than in the cologne, which is more crisp and clean, but it's just so nice. This has a hint of warmth from that mossiness and then lots of wateriness, and it's like a sunny day out on the paddle boat, which as a child I would love to go out and do that without it being too like funky and just so pretty. I know that this sold a lot last year when it was new release, and I'm hoping that if you guys like anything aquatic that you will definitely pick that up. Then another thing that I was doing this week was Camu Camu, which I have not touched in months. I don't even know if I melted this last year, you guys. And it was so good. So this has beautiful passion fruit, a nice summery beachy quality, and it's like tropical beachy in the sweetest way. You really want to go get a icy drink and lay out by the pool when you have this in your warmers, and it was just really happy. And then to go with that, I was doing pineapple mango, which isn't my favorite, but this bar I liked better this particular spring day when I was doing it in alternate warmers with Camu Camu. It was really good. So that was very enjoyable. And then to bridge into what I was doing from Teddy Bees, I used some Gran Canaria with those two scents that I was just talking about, and it was fabulous. I wasn't sure how much I was going to like this because it had a lot of light tropical notes. I wasn't sure if it would be strong enough in my home. This one has beach treats, peach nectar, jasmine, violet notes, fresh citrus, and softwoods. There's a lot going on here. It kind of reminds me of a lighter marriage of Camu Camu, and I could not find my brick of Skinny Dipping, but it's kind of like those two from Scentsy, but then lightened and a little bit more elegant. So even though this didn't throw super strong, because I put it in my Florida room and in the back part of my dining room to go with these other scents, I think I'll use the rest of this in my bedroom, and I kind of wish I'd gotten a tub because this is very elegant and it's very summery, and I really liked it. So then another thing where I was doing a direct mix of a Scentsy and a Teddy Bees to balance it on a day where it was cold and rainy and just yucky. Creamy Cardamom is a very nice blend from Teddy Bees, but it is pretty much just cardamom and warm milk. So that's nice, except sometimes toward the end of the melt, the cardamom gets a little bit sharp. It's not a hot spice like your cinnamon or your ginger, but it has its own interesting scent that can be very sophisticated, but it can also get that little bit of almost like a gritty sharpness. So I melted in the same warmer a cube of Very Vanilla, which is totally my new bar that I love. Outstanding bar, the outstanding bar for all the time, and if they pull it this fall, I'm clubbing a couple of these in my bi-monthly. Out of our new releases, this Very Vanilla is my very favorite thing. I really love Sippin' Poolside. I like the new Bamboo one. I like the new Berry Sweet. But this Very Vanilla is the vanilla that we have been waiting for if we are Scentsy fans for years. It is so good. It's feminine, it's marshmallowy, it's sweet. It's a medium strength. It's not super strong, but no vanilla is a boomer. Unless it's bakery. So this, mixed with this, made just the most beautiful, creamy, cuddly scent that isn't too wintry, because sometimes you get into, even for me, spice territory in the spring and the summer. It's kind of tricky because you just don't enjoy it as much as when the weather is cold. And it was, like I said, a rainy, drizzly day, but oh, these were so good together. And on the same day, I was working on some Sugar Spice and Fireside in the Florida room, and this is more of a winter appropriate scent, but it was so cozy with the other smell that I had combined. Oh, this has the most beautiful oatmeal cookie note, and this is hard to find in wax. In Scentsy, we had a rum raisin cookie a couple years ago. I kept that in my club for a while, but it lacked this truly oatmeal note. It had more rum and spices. This thing was so nice. The smell of snickerdoodles and oatmeal cookies baking in a wood fire oven. So you get a little bit of smoke. I do kind of get that snickerdoodle thing. And when I think of a snickerdoodle, you're thinking of the cream of tartar that kind of makes that little bit of bitterness with all of the really nice melt in your mouth vanilla cookie with the cinnamon sugar on it. But you get that wonderful oatmeal in here, and it's just so comforting. And so this, with the wonderful creamy cardamom and the Very Vanilla, I had all that going, and it really kind of smelled like you were in someone's home where they were using a wood stove, and there was an element of cookies that had been baked a while ago. and my best friend, her name is Jessica. Her house just naturally kind of smells like a combination of those things, and my girls came home and said, Mom, it smells like Aunt Jess's house in here, and that was the sweetest thing. It was just so, so cute. So I can't get any more Sugar Spice and Fireside at the moment, but if Teddy Bees offers this again, I'll probably pick up another tub because I'm now going to call this the Aunt Jessica scent. Now, this is the same lady who only likes Black Forest Pine and Lilacs and Violets, so I don't even think she'd enjoy melting this, but it smells like her house. So then after that, what else was I doing? Okay, I debated so much about going into the RTS to get some lavender bonfires, more of it or not, and I kept melting what I had of this souffle in different places in the house, and of course I didn't actually try it in my bedroom until the RTS was over and I had crossed it off my list and not gotten more. But this thing just sang in my bedroom and it was so beautiful. So if any of the rest of you get this and you don't like it, let me know. So sweet lavender, cashmere bonfires, toasted marshmallows, and a hint of vanilla balsam. It's just a really nice, complex lavender scent that I was just kind of not real sure about my first week of warming because I tried it out here and it wasn't strong enough and it gave me soapy lavender. Even just a week later, different space, absolutely phenomenal, and I was really, really happy with it. So I'll use that up with probably 1 or 2 more melts in my bedroom. This is an older one, Lady Lena, I think, or Lady Lana. Vanilla birch, cashmere plum, beach treats, and a hint of Palo Santo. Very nice for the bedroom. Definitely more fall, winter, cashmere-y sort of complex. This reminds me a lot of Princess Katia. Just swap rose for the plum. So this type of scent that I see that they do at Teddy Bees, I think this is one of those where the profile stays pretty much the same and you just swap out whatever that extra note is, which could be plum or blackberry or rose or what have you. So I don't need a ton of any one specific style of that, but just a souffle of whatever the new thing is in that trend I'll take. So next, I did some cozy cookie cake in the basement. Now this is from last fall. This is warm iced white cake, beach treats, marshmallow fireside, and signature sugar cookie. I like the scent of this, but I did find in my basement it got this sharp note after a while. I had the same problem, and it might even be the same oil, and I'm not sure which one it is yet, with chai tea and cookies, which most people love. I did not care for that. So I'm going to melt the rest of this, probably adding more of a sweetness from maybe vanilla bean buttercream or sugar cookie to balance out whatever that note is that's in some of her bakery blends. Now, again, I kind of had that same problem with cherry vanilla biscotti. I used this in the basement. Of all the things that I got in the pre-order, I think this is probably my least favorite. It smells very nice for what it is, but again, it just didn't give me that sweetness that I really want in a bakery blend. I got more of the sharpness of the cherry and the almond. There was a certain period in the melt where it got that beautiful shortbread sugar cookie thing, but then it disappeared again. So this one may either need to sit, or I'll mix it, or if somebody that I know loves this, I'll gift it. Because that was not my favorite. Now we'll get down to the others, and of course all of these I really, really enjoyed. So London Fog is an old one that I had last fall. I enjoyed it last fall, but I was a little nervous about the soapiness of the lavender in here. And over the course of month, this has really chilled out. It's beautiful. Earl Grey tea, lavender milk with a hint of boardwalk marshmallow. Absolutely stunning, phenomenal, beautiful blend. This is what got me hooked on Teddy Bees. This is what Robin showed me the very first time that I was entertaining ordering from her. And this is so good. So it's comforting and it's warm, but yet the lavender keeps it relaxed. A very nice scent for a day in where maybe you have a lot of bills to do or just something where you need some calm in the background. That's perfect. And if you have Earl Ingstad, those two are made to melt together. They're so good. Okay, the next one, everybody's been raving and raving about this. I bought it last year, put it away because I was definitely not melting it at Christmas time. The Perfect Storm, I just did a little bit in my older daughter's room. This kind of reminds me of Lake My Day. Sort of like Lake My Day Met Thunderstorm from Scentsy. It's very good. It is definitely a summer ozone type smell with sea spray, ocean water, citrus, damp leaves, dark amber, and oak moss. It has all of that, but I definitely still get aquatic at the forefront. And it's good. Lacks the sweetness of Lake My Day, and so I kind of wanted to talk about both of those since I melted them in different rooms. But I'm really going to like this in the summertime. It's very nice. So then One of the days I tried out some Luxe linen. This is going to go to the basement. It definitely isn't strong enough yet, but it's beautiful, you guys. I didn't get more in the RTS because this isn't my favorite type of scent as far as linens or laundry, but this is right in between gourmand and sophisticated laundry. And the notes will definitely give you that. Dark vanilla, praline, warm amber, smoked amaretto, and luxurious linen. It's very, very nice. And if it were to be offered again after I've cured this for a couple more months and I try it, I might get another tub. This isn't something I'll need a loaf in though, but it's really good. So if she offers this in the future and you like this kind of profile, definitely try this. It was really, really nice. And last but not least, I got into my I Heart Vanilla. This is Super Happy. Now, I really like spun sugar from Scentsy. I like vanilla that has that almost caramelized burnt smell. And I really thought with the name I Heart Vanilla that I was going to get more of a vanilla extract type thing, and that is not what this is at all. This is creamy vanilla marshmallow, vanilla milkshake, boardwalk marshmallow, and the juicy blackberries is a misprint. So this is a very caramelized sugar body care scent. I really like it. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this. Could have gotten the tub. I'm so geeked that this is coming. This plus vanilla Palo, or not vanilla, but this plus Palo Santo. The I Heart Vanilla plus Palo Santo. I was brave enough to throw a loaf of that into my RTS order, which I ended up going back more times than I want to even admit, getting little bits and pieces, and thankfully Tiffany will combine all of that so you're not paying more shipping, but I went back several times as I was watching things and listening to people's opinions, and it was lots of fun. Anyway, there will be an interesting haul coming pretty soon. This was excellent for me. Now, the rest of my family smelled this in the bag and said, yuck, I don't want you to melt that around me, so I'm doing some of it in the basement. But yeah, I really enjoy this. It's cuddly. It's the most like spun sugar, or whatever that one is. I think it was spun sugar from the Mix It collection from Scentsy, kind of perfumey. Very, very nice, but not really vanilla at all. More like marshmallow body care whipped goodness with a vanilla undertone. Very, very interesting. So that's what I've been warming this week. I would love to know what you guys are getting through. So when it comes to collections that are coming, Father's Day knocked it out of the park for me. Mental health awareness knocked it out of the park for me. Love both of them. I'm so on the vanilla blackberry mixes, but I do, as I said, really like the linen. And I think that if you liked the one that had the pink berries, was that it was like a cotton and berry scent, and I'm not remembering the name of that bar. It wasn't lavender cotton, that's much stronger with the lavender, but it was a sweeter one that people really enjoyed. If you like that, I think you would like the blackberry and linen one. And if you like anything sort of like maybe even the Villains Bar, although that had some really weird undertones that I didn't like. If you like Ghostly Greetings, if you like any of that, the Woodsy one, which really was very good, at least my bar of it was balanced correctly with the oils. I think that those are fantastic, so I hope that you pick things up as Scentsy continues to drop cool stuff when it comes to the month of May. God bless. I will talk to you soon.